welcome to Distant Stitches. It's been a while, really, really has. And I decided, well, just got to do it, set up everything in my spare bedroom so that the setup is done, because setup and takedown is the worst. My name is Sue, also known as Crafty Knitter 7, and today we are November 6, 2021, and this is episode 30. And I would like to welcome a special guest today. Hi.
30? We're actually at 30?
Is it 30 or 20? 20. Should I start over?
Nah.
Hi. Look who's back.
I'm back.
We're back, bitches.
I'm Liz, also known as Jaded Knitter, and I'm back. Kind of.
Back. She's at the other end of the Distant Stitches.
Yes.
So, welcome back.
Yay.
Yeah.
I messaged Sue earlier this week. I'm like, you want to record? I'm kind of feeling up to it.
Exactly. And I've just been, having my gallbladder removed. Great. But I'm still in pain 6 months later. So, personal update, I'm waiting for an MRI to see if I have stones in my main bile duct.
Yep. And we're trying to figure out if I have celiac or if it's just gluten sensitive.
Yeah.
Sorry.
That's okay. I put mine on vibrate because when Bente podcasts and you hear a beep in the background, it's probably me.
Yeah, that's my mom. Hi, Mom.
Hi, Mama Verge.
Unfortunately, that was the computer and I don't know how to shut it off.
It's okay. So I think this is episode 20, not 30. And it's November. What?
It's November.
Why?
It's snowing.
No, it's not snowing yet. Don't. Not today, Satan.
I unfortunately get lake effect snow.
Right.
So we ran because I am in kind of the middle of 3 of the 5 Great Lakes.
Oh, right.
So we get snow.
And you're in the country.
Yeah.
So you get the field snow, like the blowing.
Yeah.
Wow.
Right now it's all still lake effect. So you get it coming off the lake and it drops snow. And it drops a pile of it towards the lake and then it just comes straight in. So it's not quite as bad by the time it hits me because I'm about an hour in, but still makes for some interesting storm weather.
Yeah, it does. So where you can find us, we are both on Instagram, Crafty Knitter 7,
Jaded Knitter,
Distant Stitches, and also my shop, The Tangled Skein CA. We have a Ko-fi or Ko-fi, however you want to pronounce that.
I go with Ko-fi because
coffee. That's what I do too. And that is on it's on our Ravelry page, right?
I think so. It is on the YouTube. If you go to the main page of our YouTube,
okay.
There's like a bunch of links in our headers.
Yeah, that's all her. I'm just like, yeah. So we have a giveaway later on that I had announced the last podcast for one of these pouches. I will announce the winner, which is on my phone. So I'm going to have to find it because I pulled the random YouTube comment generator thing. It's been a hot minute since I did that podcast. So FOs, I have one. I can't show it. It's a secret, but I'm wearing one that wasn't knit by me. So
it's a very pretty one too.
This, I have no idea what it's called. So I'll put it in the down bar because, I didn't knit it. I have no idea. Basically, Benta knit it. And I said it was beautiful. And she said, I don't like it. And it just arrived in the mail. And she knit it out of this gorgeousness, which is Flora, because she was going to send me leftovers. And I'm like, okay, that's great. So she sent me leftovers, but I think I have enough to knit one.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, possibly.
Yeah, but I'm trying to think of what I could knit with it. not another sweater because I already got one. And it's so nice. It's soft, but yet very light and airy. I literally sleep with it. Like, no joke. I sleep with it. So it's kind of awesome. So this is the only FO I have. How about you?
Yeah, my response to her question earlier about FOs was, what are those? I mean, I finish stuff, but I kind of finish things and then
drop
just
it and go.
drop it, which means my last finished object, which was a rainbow colored shawl, I'm not entirely sure it's not still in the back of my parents' truck. By the way, Dad, can you check? Yeah, it's bright and rainbow colored, so I think they
can't miss it.
Probably not. But that's the most recent FO.
I like that.
It is a, as you can tell, mason jar cozy.
Does it cover the bottom?
Yep.
Oh, cool. I've been drinking my drinks out of mason jars lately too.
I went to a little cabaret show type thing outside in October, like late October, in the middle of like a rainstorm. So it was fun. But one of the performers had something similar over her drink. And the friend I went with looks at me and goes, "Can you make those?" Probably. So the answer is yes. Yes, I can.
And you know what they have too, right? As I bought these, they're little plastic things that you take the metal, like where the metal part would go if you were to close the jar. You put it there and put your cap on top, and then there's a space to put a straw through it.
Ooh.
I will I think it was Amazon I got it on. But yeah, so basically it makes it
into a sippy cup.
Well, it comes with the straws too, the really big straws. So, nice. Just saying, I dropped a stitch on my sock because that's just what we do.
This is called the Little Windows Mason Jar Cozy, and it's Adrienne Kaylor. It is a free pattern. Adrienne, yes. I can't read.
So UOGs know that this is an issue for Liz. She can read it, but she can't say it.
Pretty much. Just because what it says in my head is not necessarily what comes out.
Yep.
And it's free pattern on Rav. So quick knit. I think this took me a couple of episodes on a show on an Amazon and or on YouTube.
And that's just the standard. It's not the straight mason jars. It's the one with the little kind of dents in a bit. Yeah, that one. Okay.
It fits on the straight ones. Like this just happens to be the one I have. It's the 500 mil ones.
Yeah.
Which are half quart. I do not understand Imperial. And there's a story.
Well, you want to get into the story? Go for it. Because I think our viewers would appreciate it as much as I did on the other end of the phone going.
Yeah, both her and my mother both got these messages. Only my mom got it as a phone call. But yeah, I read her going, "I hate Imperial, hate it." And then like Gollum kind of like, "I hates it." So I've been weaving and I'm making my mother a set of pillow covers for decorative pillows for her sofa. Because her living room is quite boldly colored. So it's hard to find things that she wants and she hasn't found something. So I said, fine,
make it.
I'll do it. And so I found a sheet, like I've worked out how much yarn I'm going to need, all of that. We ordered it. It's all fine. And I've worked out the dimension, like the yardage for a few other things. Yardage being an awkward word in this sentence. So the latest one I'm doing late at night. And it finally-
It's always late at night.
It's always late at night. I mean, it doesn't really matter. Maths are not my strong suit. So the latest one is table runner I'm working out. And I get to the end and I'm, happily figuring out in inches and feet, which I hate Imperial.
Inches and feet.
In inches and feet. Again, yardage, inches, feet. At which point I realized that I worked this whole thing out with how many feet of cotton I need. And the cones come in yards. And I have no idea how many feet are in a yard or how many yards are in a feet.
That's a whole other kind of math.
Yeah, it's a whole nother kind of math that I'm like, I don't know. So I look it up, and in my befuddled head, I can't quite figure out if it's 3 feet to a yard or 3 yards to a foot. So I'm not sure if I have a third too much or a third too little. And I'm panicking. Turns out I actually ended up with the right amount because the person who created the sheet of formulas that I was using to work out the yardage, the last formula you use actually turns everything into yards from inches.
Phew.
Yeah. So it turns out I actually have the right amount and not 3 times the amount I was supposed to, because apparently there's 3 feet a yard or thereabouts, because I'm working in round numbers here, people.
It's 36 inches.
So it is actually 3 feet then. And I'm of this generation that used both in school.
Yes, because meters, it would be 3.33 or something.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, it is difficult because I do everything in yards when it comes to knitting. And when I go to the fabric store, I ask for yards and they say, no, how many meters do you want? And I just kind of look at them and go, well, can you pull that out so I can see?
And see, my fabric store does actually work in yards.
No, mine's meters.
My
So
fabric
I'm
store
just
is also run by Mennonites.
So in my brain, I've got, this is how many yards of fabric I need. And I'm just like, I don't know, double it.
Luckily, the fabric stores around here, when you ask for yards, they look at you and go, is the pattern in yards or meters?
Well, that's nice. And mine's also in French.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did 2 years of math in French. The 2 years of math in French are the reason why I hate math, because they were grades 7 and 8.
High school. And basically I had the same teacher for math and science, and he passed me with the 55 in both and just said, don't go into anything math or science related. I need a calculator to do my groceries, people. So that's why I bring my husband, because the calculator is in his head. Because we play this game when we get to the cash and I say, so how much is this one going to cost? And he's usually within $5.
That's impressive.
And I don't know how, like, he's not adding it up as he goes. He's just like, and the cashiers think it's hilarious. So what you knitting on?
Actually another cozy.
Oh, cool.
Because I needed something to knit. And I realized what I was actually knitting on, I wasn't planning on showing today. So
you're knitting a cozy.
Yep.
Well, I can show you what I'm knitting on because it's one of my whips. This is, shows up pretty good. It is self-striping. I think this is the first self-striping that Venta Arctic Crafts made. And this is her Fall Symphony. She made mini sets and she decided to try her hand at self-striping, which she loves and hates both at the same time. Because of the amount. Huh?
That's understandable.
It's a lot of work. I wouldn't, and you have to buy these like super long skeins, and anyway, so I'm knitting a really long tube. Basically, gonna knit the tube till it's done, put another toe at the end, and then do the split and do the heels. And these are my minis I'm using. This one is from the Fall Symphony, and then I pulled out a yellow. That's going to be for the heels.
Nice.
It's going to be cute. And I have it in one of my favorite yawn condoms. Total shit show.
Yep.
Cake cozies for those who don't want to get, whatever. Let's see. What do you have for whips?
Oddly, not this.
Okay, you go, because I have one. I have 3 more, so go for it.
Oh, I thought I had put a third one in here. Okay, I've now developed a third one.
Okay, we'll just add that.
Because this is actually a different pattern.
Oh, good.
So this is a quart cozy.
Oh, I like that one.
Me too. Which I've sized it down so it matches the size of the half quart.
Okay, good to
We're gonna
know.
pretend these are half quart, the 500 mils.
Mhm.
Um,
Oh, I just thought of something. Making those and putting them on a jar and doing like the hot chocolate mix inside and giving that as a Christmas gift.
I like your idea.
Or you, yeah.
Let me put it to you this way: several people are getting these anyway, so
Give them a
throwing
drink
hot
to go
chocolate.
with it.
Yeah. Although a couple of you are not getting the actual jar because your asses are too far away and that's too much postage.
Well, if one of my asses is getting a jar, if this ass is getting a jar, I should say a cozy, I have plenty of jars.
Okay, good. No, it's the non-Canadians who are just getting the cozy. Because sending a glass jar in the mail, not cheap with Canada Post.
No. So who's that
Um,
pattern by?
It is, but that is a good question, which apparently is not actually answered on the page that I thought it was.
I hate that.
By Millie Davis, and it's actually off of, I'm guessing it's her website,
Okay.
which is Sweet Tea Soakers. And I found it off of Ravelry. Again, it's another free pattern.
Cool.
She just has it up as like a blog entry.
Nice. Gonna have to look those up because I'm thinking my kids are all getting handmade items this year.
And again, it's just like random scraps.
Yeah.
Like we don't.
Is it worsted?
It's worsted. I think this is actually Erin, but this is my eye care.
Doesn't matter.
Uh,
You make it work.
Yeah, exactly. And all I did was, because this pattern, like I said, this one's for a much bigger jar.
Yeah.
But the design is only in this one spot. It doesn't repeat anywhere.
So you can adjust the stitches.
Exactly. It calls for 56 stitches. This is 46, 40, no, 50.
Well, it's easy to adjust because there's only that patterning in one spot.
Yeah. So I took the measurement from this jar because I know this one works.
Yeah.
And just shoved it into this.
Cool.
There we go. Problem solved.
What needles are you using?
These are a US 6, so a 4mm.
Die craft?
Yes. Because you will take these from my
cold dead hands.
I might request to be buried with them.
I'm up for the challenge.
So what you're saying is I need to, an addendum to the will going, all of my yarny stuff goes to Sue.
I'll just get some of the yarn I sent you back.
True.
Oh, okay. So I have another whip, and it is in one of my buku bags. I love this thing because it's got the tie in the middle, so you can cinch it closed. But I also added snaps, so when I cinch it closed, I can snap it. So I have a flax. Okay, the last time you saw this, I think I was on the sleeves. So, oh, it's black. So I'm way down here. I'm just about to start the ribbing. And yeah, that's exactly, what do I have here? Why do I have, right. So from this stitch marker, or my bee progress keeper, I have 3 inches to do. So I'm about to start the ribbing. This is for my daughter's boyfriend, son-in-law. They've been together for 5 years. I'm thinking it's family. So he's getting a flax, and it was a turtleneck he wanted. So you can't see nothing. No. So the collar would start here. I added the turtleneck. And I got the sleeves on these new stitch cords I have, which I can show later how they work because I have some here. I want to show them. And it is knit out of paintbox yarn in black. Must love him. On 6mm, which is a US 10 needle. So, yep, almost done. It's really soft for an acrylic yarn.
Now onto the sleeves.
I'm not too worried about that because I've got my set of shorties from Chowgu.
Mm.
So I think they'll be pretty quick. I mean, it's for Christmas. I still have almost 2 months, but I got the most of it done sitting in the parking lot waiting for the kids who had umpteen amount of dental appointments this year. My son got an implant, so that's like a 6 to 7 month process. So lots of knitting in the car. And yeah, this is the label for paintbox. I got it from Love. Is it Love Crafts?
Yes.
Yeah, Love Crafts. So that is a Christmas present being made. He doesn't, well, he kind of knows about it, but he's probably forgotten by now. So what else do you have? Ink?
Yeah, we can do ink next. Ink is over here. So
is this a reknit?
Yes.
Okay.
I had started ink years ago, and it's still somewhat on the needles. I haven't actually frogged it yet, but I messed up in the shaping along the edges.
Okay.
And I don't think I actually have enough yarn to finish it.
Oh.
So I'm redoing it, but I'm redoing it in this lovely, lovely gradient.
Nice.
So this is ink. I've got all the way down to the bottom on the main body. And then I have the matching sleeve gradients.
Nice. Is that the brick? The
blue brick.
The blue brick.
Yeah. It's the blue brick, and I think it's Kilcarney sock.
Okay.
Yes, actually it is. It's
They're
Kilcarney
Canadian,
sock.
right?
Yes, she's actually out of Toronto, which is Mississauga. She's out of the GTA anyway.
Okay, cool.
Which is 2 hours from me. So when her shop actually reopens, I can
Run crawl.
Hail yes. So it is ink, which is by Hannah Makayowski.
Yeah, we'll go with that.
Yeah. Fairly certain that J is a Y because of
It'll be on the bottom of the screen.
yes. And it's like I said, it's out of her Kilcarney sock base in the Eventide colorway. And she does a few she does overall gradients. She only does a few of them. There's sweater kits.
Yeah,
So
I know. When you told me about that, I was on her website going,
oh yeah.
Yeah.
So you get a kit that has the gradient for, it's got a big block for the top.
Yeah.
So almost everything down to the sleeves is all actually a solid, more of a solid.
Okay.
And you get a gradient for the body. And then 2 gradients for the sleeves.
Oh, they're actually measured out and everything.
Yeah. They come in, she's got 3 different sizes for them. So you pick what size you need.
Right. That's pretty amazing.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. So I'm having fun doing that. Oops.
And that's knit flat?
Yeah, it's knit flat. That's how much is left. There's not actually enough to have done another actual row.
Okay. So that's what it's finishing.
Oh, yeah.
Very nice. What size are you making?
I think it's the 50-inch bust.
Mm-hmm.
I have a smaller bust line, but it's from the one I did originally. It'll fit better at the 50-inch than it would at my actual bust measurement, just because it comes in with the stuff at the front there.
Lace?
The lace. Well, it's not lace. It's cables.
Cables. Sorry, that's what I meant to say.
Yeah. Those thingies.
So the other thing I cast on, and like as soon as it was released, I was like, mine. The Douglas Cardi by Andrea Mowry. Although I think the pockets are a little too high up there. I'll have to adjust that. I saw that and I was just like, oh, I need that. So because I don't have enough things on the needles,
Of course not.
I cast another one on. And so the gray is supposed to be the ribbing, the button band, and all that, and the collar. But I decided because of the colors I'm using, I needed some gray in the middle. Right? I just thought that would really, really do it. And the gray is actually Aran. It's actually Cascade Superwash, I think is the stuff I have. But it worked out into a worsted. So this is what I've got. So this and the gray and the brown, the green and the brown are all Cascade 220. This one's the Aran. And this one, do you remember? I'm pretty sure you were with us when we went to Rhinebeck and Elizabeth bought me a yarn sweater quantity so I could make her Superwoman bags or Wonder Woman bags.
No, I don't think I was there for that.
I'm sure you were.
I might have been. I don't remember though.
Anyway, that's what this yarn is. So I've made it work. I kind of really like it. And even though it's knit flat, I'm whizzing. I'm whizzing on it. Not peeing, but going really fast. Oh, I'm so professional.
Yep. We both are.
Yeah. And I've got it in a yarn condom.
Of course.
Of course, I got it in one of my yarn condoms. So that is that whip. I do have a lot of work that I did on my down to the stream, but I just didn't feel like bringing it because it just is too much. Got enough. Is that all my whips? Oh, I've got one more. You have any more? No?
Yes, I do actually. I am doing the Radvent Cardi. So it is the other half. No. Yep. Here it is. Here's the other half. So it is actually knit from the sleeves in, and then you Kitchener it along the back, and then do the button band. And
so the sleeves are done.
Sleeves are done.
Nice.
So that is one sleeve and front and back on one side.
Oh, and you Kitcher it down the middle.
Yeah, down the middle and the back.
Oh, wow.
The other sleeve and the start of the front and back.
That's genius.
It is. I do like this. It was meant originally to be done with Advent yarn, so with 12 minis or 24 minis, really. That's how the pattern's set up, but I'm just doing it as a single. Again, it's probably Kilcarney sock. I'm really not sure about this one, and I've forgotten what the name of the colorway is. But again, it's blue brick.
Wow, that is ingenious. That's Amba O'Brien. She's like,
oh yeah.
But you think about it, your sleeves are done.
Yep. Oh yeah. This is basically half of the cardigan is done, and this is the remaining yarn. So what I'm going to do is this one or the other one. One of them will be the button band, and one of them will be the band along the bottom, because you do a couple of inches of ribbing along the bottom. So I just have to finish. Like I said, this one I'm probably halfway or a little bit less in from the top.
And then do you have to add length to it?
You're adding, when you add the ribbing at the bottom, that adds the length.
Oh, I'm gonna have to look at that pattern. That's very interesting.
Oh yeah, it's ingenious the way she's done it.
And
it's perfect for, like in this case, I have a match set of gradients. So they both go from this.
That's perfect.
You can see where I think I might have to add more, because I had to, the way the pattern is written, the size of needles, I didn't like how it turned out.
Yeah.
So I've gone down quite a few sizes from the pattern.
You got the fabric you wanted and then adjusted.
Exactly. So I just kind of kept going until I got what I wanted.
Yeah.
So it means the numbers don't add up as far as like how many rows and whatnot, because my gauge is nothing like
Well,
what.
that's like the sweater that Benta is knitting right now. It's a petite knit. It's a Friday something V-neck vest. And she's like, my numbers are like nowhere near. And she's like, I just went with the fabric I like, and I had to do the maths and hope it works out.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And that's
And
what I've
some,
learned over the time. Like I've learned how to do the math, which I usually confirm with somebody because just to make sure, but get the fabric you like and then figure it out.
oh
Because
yeah.
I never get gauge. I'm like never, ever, except for the Douglas Cardi. I got gauge the first time. I was just like, what? So the other pattern that I have on the needles is a surprise for my husband. So I've had to tell a white lie because I started knitting it. And then finally, after, it's this big, he's like, oh, well, what are you knitting? I'm like, oh, I'm knitting myself another sweater. He's like, oh, don't you have? I'm like, I'm knitting myself another sweater.
Quick, Sean, questions you just don't ask.
Just to stop. So he doesn't know it's for him. And I can't speak loud because even though the door's closed, he'll hear me.
Oh yeah.
So I found a pattern I liked, but I'm not using the actual pattern, like the patterning stitch. So it's a row-in, but I'm using that as a guide just to
You
get.
didn't want the actual like it's knit purl pattern.
Yeah. And I didn't want any of that. Pattern I found that I liked, I couldn't get it to work. So this is it. So I've done the shaping for the arms and I'm knitting straight up, and then it's pieced, which I'm okay with. This is so soft. This is called Lincoln Fog by Patterns. And it is a blend. Did I bring the label? I thought I brought the label. Of course I didn't bring the label. Anyway, it's an acrylic wool blend and it is so soft. I went to Wool Time because that's one of our local yarn stores, and it's the biggest one. It's literally called a warehouse, and they have a section in the back, and it's sweater quantities it's in bulk. So I got 12 balls of this. It's Aran or Chunky for $50.
Nice.
And there might be 12 balls on their way to Norway because I had to show her. Vacuum seal for the win.
Yep.
Yeah.
Acrylic has come a long way.
Well,
even in the last like 10, 15
just
years.
the amount, I'm like, oh, do you like this? He's like, oh yeah, that's really soft. And he was always like, I don't want to wear acrylic. That's just going to make me sweat. It's like, no.
It's squeaky. That was always my
It's not squeaky. Like I was shocked. I kept trying to find something else because I was like, no, it's beautiful. And the colors they have are gorgeous. What I sent Bente is like a bright green and a gray, but they have there's purple, there's blue, there's pink. It's beautiful. Anyways, I have pictures, so I can probably insert some pictures, but I'm using a yarn condom that I actually by mistake made too big. It's one of my Halloween ones, which I found out yesterday glows in the dark. So if you bought one of these from me, glows in the dark. You know how I found out? I was ironing it and I'm like, it's glowing.
Yeah, might not glow in the dark anymore now.
No.
After the ironing.
Yeah. But yeah, so it fits. It's too big. And I was like, well, I'm not going to take it apart and cut it to make it smaller. I measured wrong. And this is being knit on, if I can read, my eyesight is going, 5.5 millimeters, which is a US 9. And I found it very appropriate to put it in my tangled stitch bag, my winter one. So that's whips.
I have this entire stash of project bags that I never use.
Oh, really? I went through all my project bags. There's a crap ton in my shop for sale right now. And the amount that I still have that I can't get rid of, it's disgusting.
Yep. Yeah, one of those bins behind Sue, I have one of those full of project bags, which I admittedly I do use. Most of them I don't actually use for projects.
Oh, sweetie. Oh, sweetie.
I know. That's
I
nothing.
have 2 bins,
I know.
but they're only this tall, so I feel good about that. But I just can't. But I did go through them and I decided, okay, these ones can go to other people. I've had a few people buy them and I'm just like, it is what it is.
Yep.
Not going to use them.
I found that a lot of them, I actually use them in my purse to like separate out stuff.
Mm-hmm.
They're great for that.
And like I make bags for a living too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Bag whore. Oh. So we still have knit-alongs going, and all 3 of them are till the end of the year. So we have the Face Your Fear sweater edition. Have you been in that thread lately?
I have not.
Oh, you need to go look. You will be so proud of so many people. There's some amazing things in there. And as I said in the last podcast that I did, all the prizes are going to be drawn at the end of the year. So I've gone through prizes that we have set aside, and I've earmarked them, and I will probably show them maybe closer to the end of the year. And so don't fear the sweater. Go check it out. You still have time to knit a sweater if you haven't knit a sweater, or if you've knit a sweater before and you want to do cables, or you want to do something different. And I'm going to mention Tammy again because holy crap.
Yeah. Good Lord, woman.
Her first sweater was a flax with cables down the sleeves, and she has not stopped. It's very impressive. You've awakened a monster.
I have. I'm very proud of myself and very proud of her too.
Yeah, she's done some amazing things, and there's some beautiful sweaters in there. So you can go check that out. We'll have a link in the show notes. We have a stash down, which I haven't stashed down crap. But there's tons of finished objects in our stash down thread. So it was anything that was bought before 2021. And I will be doing prizes for that at the beginning of the year. There's some like the tiniest little projects to like elaborate projects. It's great because I have no limit on how little yarn you can use. And then the other one that I started last time I recorded is Warm Fall Accessories Cal, and it's anything to be considered an accessory. So hats, mitts, cowls, shawls, sweaters don't count. Some people have posted sweaters in there. So if those are drawn when I do the prizes, unfortunately, a sweater it's not an accessory. It's a garment. But it's only one thread. There's no FO thread. There's no chatter thread. It's all together in one, easy. So just throw your stuff in there. There's a lot of nice things in there as well. Oh, and the project can be a whip. It doesn't have to be finished by the end of the year. You can still be eligible for prizes. So that's awesome. Yay. And then we'll have to think of what to do next year.
Oh dear.
We've had 2 running all year and one I just started. So we'll see. And another one I wanted to mention is Benta of Arctic Crafts has a Grinch Mal going on. So Grinch Mal is basically knit for yourself, or if it's something that you knit for someone else and it's green, it counts. So from now to the end of the year, it's the Grinch Mal going on. She's got some cool prizes, and I think she said whips are welcome, but go check out her latest podcast where she talks about that. So yep. So that is that for knit-alongs. Wait, did I? Yeah. Sorry, I'm fine. I'm like, where's the stash? Because I didn't write anything in there. So I have a bit of stash. I'm not going to show it all because gluttony. Oh, there's your stash. So what I've gotten recently, so this was actually, I got a little while ago. It's my friend Alex from oh, where's the other one? My Yarny Corner. Basically her son bought her a yarn dyeing kit for Mother's Day or her birthday. And she's open to shop, and her partner has started dyeing with her, Danny. So they got some really nice colorways. I really went to the shop the last time was to get this. This is Chocoberry DK, and I wanted to be able to knit some socks.
That's pretty.
It's very pretty. But I ended up buying a few more because, it's me. I got this one, which is called Troll Feet Superwash Merino Nylon. Isn't that gorgeous? I also got, I think this is called Woodland, and this is a sock yarn as well.
Mm.
And the last one is called Autumn Rose.
You find all the good places.
I find what?
All the good places.
Mm-hmm. Well, one of these is going in somebody's Christmas box. So she has to pick which one. And one of these is going into our prize bin. The
Nice.
DK one I'm keeping. So that's that. Then
Everything I've gotten lately has been weaving related. So
I've been looking at these two colorways from Comfy Cozy Knits since, oh, nice.
That's the latest thing.
That's beautiful. Yeah, so I've been looking at these since Ashley put them out in her shop, and this is Honeycomb, kind of blown out a bit. It's a bittle. It's a little more deep yellow than that. There, you can see it. And this is on her Merino DK, and then this one is Antique. Wait, can you see it better there?
Oh yeah.
And so I was going to buy a sweater quantity, but I changed my mind and I got one of each, and I'm going to make a hat and a cowl set. So if you have any hat, cowl, maybe I could even get a fingerless mitts out of this. They're 250 yards each. So I should be able to do something, even if I have to pair it with something else. But if you have any ideas for hat and cowls for DK yarn, hit me up, please. And then I got a sweater quantity of Alley Cat yarn. She posted this, and I literally set a freaking alarm so that I would get it. And I got 4 skeins of it. This is her Leo BFL sock. She also had a sale. Virescent? I'm not sure if that's how you spell that. Virescent.
No idea.
So it's like an olivey green with, there's a little yellow in it. I've got 4 of these. But what I like really, really, really.
Oh, that's cute.
Little stitch markers with ears, kitties. And then there's like a black cat. Isn't that cute? And
That
she's
is
from Ottawa.
Oh, bonus.
And then the last stash has to be from Benta. So I got a sock set of her Harvest Moon on Poledale. I got her You're a Mean One merino full sock set. Like, you're not gonna, oh my God, you're not gonna see this properly.
Yeah, that's like day glow green.
Oh yes, it is. It's like so bright. You can't, like, there's no way. So this is the full skein with the mini. I love this red. Beautiful.
Reds are hard to do.
They are hard to do, and they're hard to photograph too. And then she did Your Mean One self-striping. So I get the gobstoppers because she didn't want to reskein it. And she's like, will you take the ball? I'm like, yes, yes. And she sent, right. So I've got a mini to go with that one. Yeah, that green just does not.
It doesn't. It looks more of like a yellowy green.
Yeah,
But
no, it's not.
that's like
It's like
neon.
bright. And then she also did for Halloween, she did Lock, Shock, and Barrel, which again, you cannot see the green. Like,
Yeah.
it's so hard to photograph and to put on a screen.
Oh, I have her Advent.
Huh?
I have her Advent.
Yes.
I
Her
have both.
Advent, yeah.
The Advent and the, was it the
Christmas Eve cast on.
cast on? Yeah. But I
Yeah.
had, when I got them, I looked at them and I'm like, no, I can't knit with these. So when my parents came over, my dad put it with the rest of my Christmas stuff in the basement.
Mine is in my craft room closet beside Sean's Lego Advent calendar. And then I just got my Advent from her, like the exchanged little ones that we make ourselves. And I took out the yarn that I bought and I handed the box to Sean. And I'm like, take it. Just take it. I don't want to see it. We're done. So that's it for stash. Now I want to do the winner of this giveaway. So it's for one of these. I'll just leave that on the floor. For one of these pouches that I absolutely love. Like, throw this in your bag. Like, this goes in my purse. Put that. Sorry for headshot, but I don't want to lose that. And so it was by what did she call it? GS Knitwear, but she's since changed. Her name is Pia. They have since changed company names. They've rebranded and it's called Untold. So on Instagram, it's untold, un.told.no for Norway. I need to find, I took a screenshot of the winner because I asked people to, where was it? What's your favorite type of organizer for your knitting notions? And so I got a lot of great ideas. So if you go and read that, the last episode, if you go and read the comments on YouTube, there was some pretty cool ideas, and I'm never going to find the picture. Oh boy. You have anything to talk about while I look for this? Because this is crazy. I take too many pictures is my problem.
Yeah, so do I. Most of them are the rear end of my dog. Because that's the latest thing, and mind you, he's been doing this for a couple of years now, is he will literally, I pull out my camera, he knows when I'm going to take a picture of him with my phone, and he will, instead of looking at me, he turns around. So I get his back. So I have like rolls.
So is that kind of, well, the opposite of what kids do when the camera comes out? Because they're just like in your face.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh God, speaking of kids' pictures, so I work for Service Canada. This is well-known fact. We do passports. So you get little kid passport pictures and you can tell that they've had like 16 of these taken to get the one, because you can't smile in Canadian passport pictures.
Oh, that's, yeah, true.
Little kids are trained from a very early age that when you see a camera,
you smile.
You smile. So I've actually had parents bring in like the reject photos. And some of them are so cute, but like getting a kid to not smile in a passport photo is hilarious in a lot of cases because they're still making a face. Yeah. They're just now making a frowny face.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But yeah.
Oh God.
Not what I was gonna. Oh, I know what I was gonna. Oh, I know where I was going with this. I was gonna do, because I do have stash.
I swore I had this picture like bookmarked. Obviously not.
So I picked up, I'm just going to show the wrap page for it, 52 weeks of socks.
Yes.
I actually pre-ordered it when it came out.
Yeah.
And I have plans to basically attempt to actually knit this book next year. That is the plan. We'll see if it's not going to actually happen. We all know this. This is not how I roll, but I'm going to attempt it.
Why not, right?
Exactly. And there's a lot of like really neat stuff in here because it's not all socks. They're all foot related, but not all of them are technically socks.
They're not.
They're not, because there are things like these, which are really neat looking little slippers.
Okay.
So I have hopes. Ooh, that's even sport weight, even better. But yeah, I flipped through the book and it is well done, well written, really well photographed. It's from Lane Publishing, and it's Finnish. So that was its original language, but it is translated into English. And oh yeah, nice big book. So definitely recommend it. I don't know if you can get it as an ebook or not.
Unless there's a code, I don't remember.
I think you can. Yeah, I don't think you can. But it's definitely it's worth the book if you knit a lot of socks, because there are quite a few really nice ones in here and a whole bunch of really nice patterns.
I found it. Yes. Screenshots for the win. So the winner of this, oh, how about like this? That's the reason there's stickers on here, is because I always opened it upside down. So the winner was Marlene Tomusiak. And she said, my notions are in a constant messiness. I have yet to find the perfect organizing system. So I think she will be very happy. I'm going to put that, so hopefully you can see it. So you are the winner. Please contact me via, you can email me at thetangledskein.ca@gmail.com with your address, and I will pass that along to Pia, and she will put that in the mail, because when they switched businesses, they didn't have any more, and she set one aside for the winner. But I'll link the actual new shop, because now they have them again. It was a whole big thing. That was stash. We did that. I have a few things for the shop I want to show. So if you're wondering what my little snappy sock sacks look like, this is, sorry, this is what they look like. You can fold down the top to make it like a yarn basket, and it has snaps. The other thing I wanted to show was this whole new, all the rage are the stitch cords. Oh, there's the one I made, Liz.
Yeah.
So these stitch cords are like, they're everywhere. So basically, sorry, the one is like 60 inches long. So it's really long, because if you want to put your whole sweater on here, you can. So basically what you do, if this were a sweater and you were knitting it in the round, you take this end. So sorry for the clicking. It's like a tube. You put it on the end, you push it a bit. This thing doesn't come off. So then you would put the other end on the other side. So then when you're trying it on, push that on there. Like, you really have to pull to get it off. So these are the new, like, everybody's selling them. And so the first ones I sold, I did 36 inches and 2 15 inches, but I decided to go with more of a longer one, and then 20 inches for your sleeve. And when you look at the sweater I have, like, you can tie a knot in it. And it's grippy, but not super grippy. Mm-hmm. Like when it's on here, like your stitches aren't going to come off. Like, and it's difficult to pull it off the needle, as you saw. So that's the orange. So I have orange ones, and then I got a whole, basically these are, remember perler bead bracelets when we were kids?
Oh yes.
That's what it is. So nice. They're tubes. So I have, and I posted it on Instagram. These are all the colors going in the shop.
Nice.
So I did the math so that I could make 2 sets of each. So you get 160 and 220. So basically it's for a sweater. So I'll be putting all of these colors in the shop soon. And we can talk later. You can tell me what color you want, and I'll just add it to your Christmas. You know.
Yeah.
So and they're like, what do you call this, silicone?
Yeah, so they're
Silicone? But like literally, you put it on the end of the needle, give it a good push. It's not coming off. So I decided to jump on that bandwagon. So all of these colors will be in the shop probably tomorrow. But friends get benefits.
yeah, I have your birthday box, and I need to either mail that out or add Christmas to the birthday box. And
Better late than never. Doesn't really matter. And so I bought these little tins off of Amazon so you can see through them. And so even I've even had in my bag, I have stitch markers in one of these as well. So,
yeah, perfect for.
And then I put my my logo on the back, and I wanted to show those specifically. So I've got stitch markers, I've got those, I've got yarn condoms, I've got snappy sock bags, snappy ball sacks. I've got made to order. So there's a whole bunch of fabrics up there. If you want a snappy sock sack, you just tell me which one you want. I'm going to be putting in the big sweater drawstring bags like I made for Benta. Yeah, lots of stuff. So it's going very well. I figured I might as well just go all in, right? Just do it. Get it done.
Yep.
Oh, last thing I forgot to show. Oh my, I can't believe I forgot to show this. I got to grab you a Drank cozy and a pin.
Nice.
And a sticker from my friend Shivas. You need to check out her latest podcast. If you haven't watched it, oh my God. And
God, that's a riot.
Like, I sent her one of these. Like, I thought of you as soon as I saw that. She's like, yeah, it's a total shit show.
Yep.
But yeah, I think that's all I have. Do you have anything else?
Nothing within easy reach, anyway.
Okay. What's behind you? I see projects.
Oh, this is actually my Canada 150 bag from Zigzag Stitches, but that's actually my needles.
Oh, nice.
Or most of my needles. That's actually not all of them because the signatures aren't in here.
Hey, they're all in one place mostly, right?
Mostly, yeah. I think this bag's empty. Now, apparently it's got makeup in it. I need to clean things out more often. These
That's your pug bag from Katie.
One of. Yeah, she had sent me a message a while back going, this is the last of like my pug fabric. Do you want any of them? I'm like, all of them? So I have 2 box bags. I've got this one and then another one that's the reverse color. So it's pink with blue.
Nice.
And I have a sweater bag and a triangle bag and a knot bag.
And.
Yeah. I mean, realistically, if you show me something, it's like, here, this is something with a pug on it. I'm probably not going to say no.
Kind of like the things I got you for Christmas.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
And that's, well, you gave me that.
That's by Stephanie.
I don't know if I had this last time I was on or not. It's a knitting belt.
I'm not sure if you had that. I know we had out. I just poked myself in the boob. I know we had spoken about it.
I have a knitting belt now, and I do use it. It is actually quite useful. And then where is the random things I've acquired? Because yeah, I'm not sure I actually had these last time. And then the only full-length needles I could find.
You might have shown those, but I don't
have. But these are DPNs. They're the 14-inch, I think.
Yeah.
DPNs.
I love the case and that it flips like it's like a book.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And these were not. Oops. The problem is you have it turned up wrong. They all fall out. They were cheap, and I mean they're not the best material. They are fairly grippy for metal.
But they're not nickel.
They're not, as far as I can tell, they're not nickel. I haven't reacted to them, so I don't think they are.
And why did you buy those?
I was going to say Amazon, but it wasn't Amazon. The other one, eBay.
eBay. And you bought them for specific projects?
Well, I bought them because I wanted the needles to, like, I wanted to try using a knitting belt.
Right.
And before I went and spent several $100s buying 14-inch Addies, because apparently Addie is like the only place that you can get them now. And only from certain stores in the UK.
Oh, wow.
Dude, why are you pulling plugs out? Give me a second.
Why not? Because you're not paying attention to him. Mom,
Yes.
mom, mummy, mama.
We'll just plug the computer back in because that was the cord he pulled out.
That's one way of getting your attention.
Yep. These are from China, as you can probably tell by the writing on them. And I'm fairly certain when I ordered them, they actually came from China.
Yeah.
Cool. The knitting belt was made by a guy in the States.
Yes, I remember you talking about that.
Yeah, I couldn't get one from the UK, which is where you traditionally get them from. And this one is actually set up, it's a longer cord than normal.
Over your shoulder?
So I can do it over my shoulder.
Okay.
Which is useful because when I hold DPNs, I hold them right about here. And if I'm not wearing the proper bra.
Yeah.
So having something that I can poke them in is, but yeah, I actually really like it for making sweaters and such. I need to get proper needles that aren't so grippy.
Yeah. Grippy sometimes is good, but not always.
No, especially not when you're doing things like this is Briggs and Little, which is like traditional fisherman's wool type stuff.
Oh, is that the sweater?
Yes.
Yes. We spoke about that.
Yes.
I like the pattern, love the pattern, but I don't think I want to use Briggs and Little because I tried to knit Sean's sweater out of the bulky. I couldn't do it. The sport that Leanne sent me is okay, but I don't. Yeah.
This is their sport, so
yeah,
you might be okay.
Yeah.
I like their stuff.
Well, with the stuff that Leanne sent me, I couldn't get gauge for the sweater I wanted, so I haven't actually really tried to knit with it. So I'll have to see. Oh boy, I almost forgot. Coupon code. Oopsie. Benta is having a shop update tomorrow, and we have a coupon code that is valid until November. Is valid till the end of November, which is the 30th, because I've done this before, haven't I?
Yep, multiple times.
So I think that's it. So Liz is back, and hopefully we will record in the next couple weeks. Take it as it goes. That's just how it is, right? You wanna, you do it. You don't, like. Yeah. We're not forcing it. Let's just say that. And people are excited whenever they know there's an episode.
Between the two of us, there's enough chronic conditions going on right now that good days don't always line up.
Yeah, nah. But now that basically this chair is going to stay here, the lights will stay here, so I can just like come in, put my laptop down and record whenever I want. And it's easily removable when I have guests. So, because setting up in my craft room and then taking it down, and I work in there every day. So like the mess that you make when you podcast. Yeah.
I might actually move back into my sewing room because it's no longer my home office because I'm now full-time back at work.
You're back at work. How is that going?
Not bad, actually.
Okay.
It was actually my choice to be full-time in the office. I had the choice to do 1 week at home, 2 weeks in the office. And I said, no, I do the full-time in the office. So,
yeah. Well, for us, the talk right now is management was discussing it, and now employees and their managers will be discussing on a organizational need, depending on what you do. I probably will be staying home because we can do everything from home.
Yeah. See, we can't do remote because we're in-person service. So
Exactly. It's totally different. Yeah.
I'm kind of dealing face to face with the public.
Yeah. It's kind of what Service Canada is all about. So
Yeah, at least our portion of it. Yeah.
yeah. And I mean, we already know that all the way up to our president, it trickled down, and it's approved all the way up, unless the Treasury Board comes back and just says, no, we want everybody in the office, which I highly doubt. We're probably going to be working at home until I retire in like 7.5 years.
Which, I mean, not bad.
Now I'm okay. When I first started working at home, I just started a new job. It was not going very well.
Yeah, I did that too, and
it was difficult, but I'm getting there. So we will let you go, and we will see you hopefully in a couple weeks. Hope you enjoyed having Liz back. I know I have.
I've enjoyed being back, so here's hoping.
Yep. One podcast at a time is how it goes. And hey, even if we can't do a podcast, we could always do little recordings, like little snippets, or maybe do something for Vlogmas. Like put something together for Vlogmas, not like every single day, but hey, I'd like to do it, but I don't think I can do that every single day. My life is just not that interesting.
Yeah, no, mine either.
So we will have some photos at the beginning, at the end. I have some music for the podcast that was composed by Bente's son, Isaac. I paid him to come up with the tune for us, which I will send to you so you can listen to both versions and let me know which one you think is best. So I'm going to try and put some photos at the front, at the back with some music, and see how it goes.
Yep.
So until next time, happy crafting and take care of yourself.
Bye.
Bye.